We've just come out of a meeting with Manchester and Darlington SEN Pathfinders. We've been working with them to think about what needs to happen next to help test their 0 to 25 plan, what they're learning and what they want to do next. And they've come up with some really innovative ideas that they want to test out and pioneer. So we thought that was good to share with you all. What's been happening with the programme around single plans so far is that most Pathfinders have recruited their families and are testing their single plans, their 0 to 25 single plans. We've been having a good look at these plans and talking to families and to young people and professionals in the different sites and finding out what's working, not working about what they've developed so far. As a number of you all know, Manchester's been testing out the 0 to 25 single plan that PFA developed with the early support. And it's been good to hear from them this morning about what's worked about it and what hasn't worked. What they found is that it's quite helpful to have a skeleton template in order to structure person-centred thinking around. And things that they've sort of observed that would be helpful that isn't in the plan at the moment are things like, how do we capture aspirations? Support and aspiration was so clear about improving the life chances of young people and supporting young people and their families to be aspirational about what a good life looks like and get the right support to get there. So how do we capture those sorts of things? The other sorts of things that they liked that other places have done is helping families to think about what resources that they've got already. So whether that's in the form of informal supports like Calderdale and West Sussex and others have been doing, or in terms of what supports they're entitled to through personal budgets or different service provisions that they can have, and starting to actually get a good picture of that and use that to thinking about creative solutions for support plans. So what we've done is we've rejigged or revamped the headings that we think might be useful for a single plan. And Manchester and Darlington are now going to be testing that out with young people in the Pathfinders to see whether this helps build their learning. And that's been very exciting. They're really keen to take that forwards. It's probably worth saying that both Pathfinders at the moment are maintaining statements for young people. So they are testing new approaches. They're not replacing them until they know what works. Obviously, what we know is that as the legislation, we get further with the draft legislation and we know what's going to be in it. And as we get more learning from Pathfinders, we'll be clearer about what needs to be in these plans in order for them to have the statutory protections. And that will then inform the next phase of the templates and the formats and everything. So it's perhaps just worth saying that's helpful for people to know. And in the meantime, what we're doing and what Manchester and Darlington and other Pathfinders are really keen to do is use what we've learnt about good person-centred support planning and how we can actually use that and embed that in schools, colleges and local systems and with families to help young people have better life outcomes. So we'll continue to share the learning about Manchester and Darlington, and we're looking forward to the next steps.